What's going on, YouTube? We are here, the Bear Talk Show, bringing you a quarterback ranking list heading into the 2026 NFL season. As always, joined here with my dad. Dad, this one's going to be pretty fun here, going through these quarterbacks, ranking them in our opinion 1 through 32. We see a lot of people do them from ESPN First Take to other YouTubers out there to content creators ranking their quarterbacks 1 through 32. Obviously, all these lists are objective um, and opinion based on what you think. And I'm sure we're going to have some fun debates today as we put together our list as a group and see how we rank the quarterbacks 1 through 32 in the NFL from first to worst. Um, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you're talking about quarterbacks in the NFL, it's definitely a lot of fun. Lord knows there's 32 teams, so not everyone can be a loser and not everyone can be a winner. But it'll be interesting to go through and see where you're at versus where I'm at, uh, and definitely how the season ends up to see if they actually place where we think they should be.
Yeah. Let's just hop right into it. There's a couple ways we can attack this. We can just straight up go from top to bottom, um, or we can go bottom to top, however you want to do it. I'll just start off first. We'll talk and then we'll place people as we go. Let's start from the top. I think there's
Shopping for
probably
your next car?
about three quarterbacks that you can actually put as the number one quarterback, in my opinion. And if I were going to do those, not in one, two, or three, but I think the quarterbacks we should debate at this number one spot, in my opinion, is number one being Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes being number two, and Matt Stafford as number three. If you were going to go for your top three, not top three, but three quarterbacks that you think could be at the number one spot, best quarterback going into 2026, who would those three people be off the top of your head?
I mean, if you're gonna pick 2026, uh, I don't doubt your three that you gave there. There's some phenomenal quarterbacks. But do we have to have some criteria, right? Like, has Allen won a Super Bowl?
He is not.
Has Stafford won a Super Bowl?
He has.
So Stafford, I think, could be in there. Obviously, he came close to it uh, last year, making it to the NFC Championship game, and then Mahomes obviously has won a few as well. I don't know if you can throw Allen in there. I mean, he gets to he gets there, but he can't pull it off. So I don't know. I don't know how you put him in that up to your list.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's never made it to a Super Bowl. He's gotten close every year. They're always the talk of the town, Josh Allen and that Bills team. Um, there's a lot of factors. That's why these lists are fun. There's a lot of stuff that weighs into it as well. You can argue Josh Allen doesn't have as many weapons, which is definitely true. It's a fair argument. I mean, they took DJ Moore from us going into this season, so he will finally have. The last time he had a good receiver was Stephon Diggs, and that was 3 years ago now, 4 years ago now almost. And the rest of the receivers would not probably even be, at best, would be a wide receiver three on another team with some viable receiving options. I mean, they got Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, who misses practice, doesn't go to meetings, misses games, gets benched. Finally, they got DJ Moore this year, but after DJ Moore, it's probably Dalton Kincaid, their tight end, as their next best option, receiving option. So there's a little bit of argument stuff in that. But my personal opinion, if I'm going to put someone at number one, I think he is on track to being the future GOAT. He's got a long way to go, but I would put Patrick Mahomes at that number one spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that. I mean, definitely what he's done in his young career, I would agree with you on that in the number one spot. I just struggle with the Josh Allen. I mean, he is a phenomenal quarterback, and as you said, he doesn't have weapons. But I do recall another quarterback who is considered the GOAT, and he didn't always have the best receiving weapons. But it's about the individual leader making the rest of the team better. So I don't know if you can hang your hat on the he didn't have the best talent around him with Allen. So Patty Mahomes, I'll agree with you on.
Yeah, okay. I'm in agreement. I'm totally fine with putting Patrick Mahomes in one. I would just say, remember, this is a quarterback ranking list, not. I mean, yes, accolades come with it, like you're talking about with Super Bowls X, Y, Z, but it is a quarterback ranking, not a win loss ranking. Um, yes, do quarterbacks play a factor into a win loss? 100%. But if I'm going to argue, I think win loss stat is more of a team stat than it is a quarterback stat. Because there's definitely going to be some people in this top 10 that, I mean, we'll get to him when we get there, but Joe Burrow, he hasn't done a lot of winning outside of 1 year, but he's definitely a top 10 quarterback in the league when you're doing these rankings. So just remember that, at least in my opinion, I think we should definitely factor that in. There's definitely case by case, but I do think Patrick Mahomes, I've said it many times, even before last season, I just think, I mean, if you match him and Tom Brady head to head at this point in their career, he's way ahead of where Tom Brady was at this time. So I think obviously this year is going to be a big test for Patrick Mahomes coming off a torn ACL. Going to have to show he can rebound and recover from a serious injury like that. But what he's shown so far, I mean, he is, in my opinion, the top of the mountain when it comes to the NFL. Um, and at number two, like I said, it's where it gets it really is gets opinion based, but um, I mean, I would still put Josh Allen, Stafford
Shopping for your next
as
car?
those people that can fit into this next position. Just looking at the list, I mean, I don't think Joe Burrow's that high worthy of being in that spot. Just looking through, Lamar Jackson is a former two-time MVP. He is coming off a pretty rough season though last year. Um, he was off to a hot start through the first 5 weeks of the season, then started to slow down, then eventually got hurt, came back, and just wasn't himself. Was dealing with a lot of injuries in his lower body, which makes sense. He is more of a running quarterback, and then he can beat you with his arm as well when needed. But I still think if we're going for the number two spot, I think Josh Allen and Stafford are the two guys that we probably need to debate who belongs at that number two spot. Or unless you
I'd go
have another,
Stafford.
unless you
No,
got
I'd
another
go
guy in your
Stafford
opinion.
because he's got the Super Bowl win.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I mean, when it comes to pure talent, I think Matthew Stafford obviously is coming off being a former MVP. And you talk about it too, he does have Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams over there as well. I think um, he's obviously shown he's very elite quarterback. I agree. I'm fine with putting Stafford there. I'd have to put Josh Allen though at this third spot. I don't think Lamar Jackson's better than Josh Allen. I don't think Joe Burrow is better than Josh Allen. Um, really, I mean, I think those are the first five guys that are on most people's quarterback rankings list. Obviously, this is our list, so we can change things up if we want, but it's usually Patrick Mahomes, Stafford, Allen, Mahomes, or Burrow, and Jackson, 1 through 5. Put them in whatever order you feel like. Um, I'm putting Josh Allen at this number three spot right here. I'd honestly, if it was just my list, I'd put Josh Allen before Stafford, but I do think Stafford has proved it. He does have a great offense, and he also you have to factor in this too. He's got a great play caller. He's got Sean McVay, one of the best young-minded head coaches, offensive mind in the league. Um, Josh Allen doesn't have that star-studded coach, never has.
He doesn't
But
have a Super Bowl win either.
I hear you, but there's a lot of stuff. That's why I'm saying it's we're doing a quarterback ranking list, not
I know.
like
That's part of the ranking, though.
I hear you. I agree. I'm just saying when you look at it though, like the Super Bowl, it's a team stat too. Like it's not just all on the quarterback. I will say the last year Josh Allen definitely fumbled because there was no Mahomes, there was no Burrow, there was no Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, and he couldn't get past any of that. And in the biggest game to go to that divisional, or not the divisional round, to the AFC Championship game, he had 4 turnovers in that game. So I hear you, fair point, all fair stuff. Um, I do just think when it comes to talent, Josh Allen's still very young, and I think he is. I do think
So
he's like
you put Josh Allen ahead of Jalen Hurts, who won the Super Bowl in 2025.
Jalen Hurts is terrible.
He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts isn't even in my opinion. I don't think he's even a top 10 quarterback. Not even close.
You got to justify it though. If you've won a Super Bowl, You got to factor that in. Now you're telling me a guy who hasn't won a Super Bowl is better than the guy who has.
Because Dad, it's a win. That's a win loss. That's a team stat. You don't win a Super
Hey,
Bowl by yourself.
but
Even
they can
even
lose them by
okay,
themselves.
but even the greatest too, even the greatest Tom Brady. There's plenty of Super Bowls his defense won them. You know that growing up watching him, he had some of the best defenses. There were years where he was underdogs and he tore it up, and he has a fair share of both where he dominated and got the win, and his defense dominated and got a win. Like there's plenty there's plenty difference. That's why Super Bowls I get it. Jalen Hurts last year barely threw for 3,000 yards. Like, I, I get Super Bowls, they mean a lot, 100%. Um, when we're just doing, you got to try to separate the two. When you're doing a quarterback ranking list too, it's that we're just focusing on the quarterbacks. Like, don't focus on the team aspect of it. Yeah, it is. You're right. I agree. Like Mahomes has put on the Superman cape and won his team Super Bowls. So has Tom Brady, but there's also been times like last year when you so just because Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl, he's a top 10 quarterback? Hell no.
I, he won a Super Bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. You could have put any of these top 10 quarterbacks on that Seahawks defense and that season they would have won a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying.
like Sam Darnold is not a top 10 quarterback. There's no chance in hell he's a top 10 quarterback. When you're talking
Okay.
about pure, you have to think too. When you're thinking about quarterback, you have to think about arm strength, clutch gene, you know, sack avoidance, playmaking ability, stuff like that. Like Sam Darnold, yes, did he have a good season last year? 100%. But was it anything extraordinary? And oh my God, look at this play he just made? No, it was that defense had a lot to do with it too. And that's why I feel like it hurts some other quarterbacks in this list. Like as we get there, like CJ Stroud, for example. The Texans were an amazing defense, and CJ Stroud had 4 turnovers against the Patriots and blew the game for them. Literally, all he had to do was go be Sam Darnold and just not do dumb stuff and just pass the ball around. Like, I think, I just think we gotta. Yes, you gotta weigh the Super Bowls, but at the same time, it is at the end of the day, it's a team stat. Like, you gotta weigh it in like that as well. Like, I think there's a lot of different stuff to factor into it, and we gotta try to separate. Yes, wins loss are important 100%, and I do think postseason success is important as well. Um, there's plenty of these quarterbacks that haven't got over the Super Bowl hump, but have had made the playoffs every year. I think last year was the first year Josh Allen actually lost the division since he's been a starter to the Patriots last year, who had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. But the Patriots did beat them and split games with them because they're in the same division. But last year was the first year Josh Allen didn't win the division. Like, there's a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
goes into it. I definitely see your point about the Super Bowl stuff, but there's a bunch of these quarterbacks that I feel like are going to be on our top 10, might not have that Super Bowl success, but I would weigh like for example how you're talking about the Super Bowls. I can hear that side of the argument when you're Patrick Mahomes and you've won multiple. Nobody on this list outside of Patrick Mahomes I think has won multiple Super Bowls. The rest of these
Yeah, but
guys,
I'd put it like this too though. Like who's the best runner? The guy who can run the fastest mile or the guy who can finish a marathon? If you can't finish a marathon, how are you even better than the other guy who can?
yeah, but what about running backs like for example, if people, I mean, I personally don't think he's this good, but Ashton Genty, for example, he's on the shitty Raiders, so he must not be a top 10 quarterback because he didn't finish the marathon, in your opinion. Like, it's all, you have to look at it from a different lens. We're not ranking the team success, we're ranking the quarterback position itself just as a quarterback.
All right, what about this then? What about when the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2025 against Patty Mahomes, who we're saying is elite? He had 77% completion. He had 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 72 yards on the ground and a touchdown, and a passer rating of 119.7 in the Super Bowl.
But
Josh Allen has what rating in the Super Bowl?
okay, so you're arguing here Jalen Hurts should be our third best quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, that is not happening. That
That's
is one thing
hey,
that is not happening on this list, buddy.
you're telling me emotions why Josh Allen can't be
No, I'm.
are in
He
there.
has
I'm telling you facts
statistically.
why
He has.
statistically speaking,
He's
Jalen Hurts beat him in the Super Bowl.
he did, but statistically, Jalen Hurts has never had a better season than Josh Allen. That is a
He
fact.
has because he won a Super Bowl. That's a
No,
fact.
that's a team stat. I'm talking passing yards, touchdowns. He has not beat Josh Allen in any of their seasons in that. Not once. There's no maybe one
That's
season.
my pick. You're giving your pick. I'm giving my pick. We're clearly at an impasse of this. Because then I would say also that Jalen Hurts has been to two Super Bowls. Unfortunately, he lost the first one, right?
Yeah, and
But even
how do
in
you
that
play in
game,
that?
he had 304 yards, one touchdown, 70 yards on the ground, three touchdowns, which is a Super Bowl record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. So
Yeah, and how many of those were their dumb tush push on the 1 yard line? Come on.
doesn't matter. It's still he's still in a Super Bowl and still broke a record, and he had a 103.4 passer rating in that Super Bowl as well.
Jalen Hurts is not sniffing the top 10 in this list. I'll tell you that right
I,
now.
you asked my opinion. That's what it's about. That's what I get. If you want to put
Well,
Josh Allen in there,
we have to come to an agreement here. Like
well, that
they're
those are my facts. Those are the statistics.
okay, okay, how I did in the beginning. Give me three quarterbacks right now who you think can be at that number three spot. So you have Jalen
I,
Hurts as one of them. No, give me two more.
yep, I agree with Patty and I agree with Stafford.
No, I'm talking about for the number three spot. Give me three
Oh,
quarterbacks that you think can be at that number three spot. One of them you have Jalen Hurts. Give me two other quarterbacks
ooh,
that you think deserve that number three spot.
I got I got to throw I think Burrow in there. He's been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So Burrow, Hurst, and you'd punch me in the face if I said just based on the Super Bowl fact alone. If I said um, Drake May, because I would even say that based on the Super Bowl analogy. Um, who would be my third one?
The fact that
That's a
you're not
tough one.
even saying Josh Allen is absurd.
But he's not been to a Super Bowl.
It's all right. He's still a great quarterback. The Super Bowl is a team
I'm not
stat,
saying
man.
he's not a
Drake,
great
okay, but
quarterback.
listen to this point. How you just said Drake May. I know you said you weren't actually putting him at that three spot, but your Super Bowl thing of him being to a Super Bowl. Drake
Yeah.
May had the worst,
Oh, it was bad.
the worst QBR in whatever the new thing is, the new next gen stats, whatever, since Rex Grossman, behind
It
Rex
was bad.
Grossman. Exactly. So you can't just going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I hear you. Like, and if you really want to talk, yes, he's been super close many times to reaching that Super Bowl. Him and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have had many battles to get there, and Patrick Mahomes has always got the last laugh in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes has been the Caleb Williams. He's been the clutch, the 13 seconds. Literally, Josh Allen goes down the field, scores a touchdown. Literally, they're up by, I think, what was it, 3 points with 13 seconds left.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes makes a crazy throw to Travis Kelsey. Then he makes a throw to Tyreek Hill. All of a sudden, they kick a field goal, goes to overtime. Josh Allen loses on a coin toss because he doesn't get the ball first. Like he's he's done it plenty of times of showing. Last season, I think, is weighing on you a lot of him not necessarily like I do. Like
Yeah.
last year, that playoff performance against the Broncos was unacceptable for his standards. He would even tell you that, and he should have been able to reach the Super Bowl with, like I said, no Burrow, no Mahomes, no Jackson in the playoffs on the
Yeah.
AFC last year. So I hear you on that side, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta be careful with this Super Bowl argument, and that's a team stat. It's not an individual quarterback stat.
Yeah. I don't. Third one, I struggle with a third to pick. I mean, do you say? I mean, do you go? I mean, it's tough because like Brock Purdy's one Super Bowl appearance, and I'm just saying 2026 starting starting quarterbacks in the league, right? Brock Purdy's been, Jared Goff's been, Burrow's been, Aaron Rodgers obviously has been. Jalen's had. We're going to come back to Jalen. Matthew Stafford's been in one, Drake May's been in one, Sam Darnold's been in one, and then Patty's been in five and won three of them. Jalen Hurts is the only other one that's been in a Super Bowl twice and won one of them. I think he's got to be the third guy.
Who? Who?
I said Jalen.
No, dude. Not. It's
That's the
not
one I
happening.
picked.
You're gonna keep arguing him too in this top 10, and I'm not gonna let it happen. He's not even a top 10 quarterback.
Okay.
What happened to the
I don't know.
disaster? You're okay, but listen, you're weighing Josh Allen like you said yes when I said you're putting a lot into account of what happened last
Shopping
season.
for your next car?
When it
What
comes
about third row seats?
when it comes to that, why aren't you weighing in how bad Jalen Hurts was last year? He had one of the best wide receivers in AJ Brown. You're seeing all the
And
success.
Saquon Barkley.
And Saquon Barkley, former Offensive Player of the Year, and Devontae
Shopping
Smith.
for your next car?
And on
What about
top of
third
that,
row?
you're forgetting too. What's their tight end's name over there? I can't. I'm drawing Dallas Goedert. Like he did terrible last year. They literally lost games because their offense couldn't score points. They had one of the best defenses. Like if you're gonna weigh a lot into account for some of these quarterbacks, I feel like you have to do it for the other quarterbacks as well if you're going to weigh these previous seasons going into 2026.
Right.
Like,
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts has gotten 2 coordinators fired now because, could the coordinators ultimately just been bad? Sure, but you have A.J. Brown on your team, one of the best receivers. You see in New England in the offseason right now in training camp, he's tearing it up with the Patriots. Just touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Like, maybe AJ Brown's a little bit of a head case, but maybe he had a reason to be a head case. He was getting annoyed. Like he had plenty of weapons, and he was the reason.
And it could have been the coordinator, like you said.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not buying that crap. I think Jalen Hurts, he's a good quarterback. Do I think he is an elite quarterback? Because when you're talking about right now where we're at the top 3. He's definitely not elite. He is nowhere near close elite.
I'm gonna throw another stat in there, and you have personal knowledge of this.
Yeah, what, the double doink? No, he wasn't even there yet. Never mind.
My battle for Jalen Hurts being in the top 3. What did he do in college?
He went to Alabama, was a starting quarterback, got benched. Tua played in that championship game, then he got benched. Then Jalen Hurts came in, won the game. Then
they were down 13-0, and Jalen came back and won the game for him.
Then he came back, went to Oklahoma, and here he is in the NFL. I'm sorry, but you're gonna I'm sorry, Dad. Josh Allen has got to be this third guy. He has to.
Why can't it be Jalen?
Dad, we are 25 minutes in, and we have 2 quarterbacks down. Jalen Hurts.
It's not supposed to be me rolling over on my back and saying, "Okay, Josh Allen."
I hear you, but you're weighing this Super Bowl crap way too heavy.
I don't know.
You are. If we're talking about all-time careers,
if you want me to just say Josh Allen, go ahead, put him in the top.
Yeah, and let's just maybe ban Jalen Hurts from your vocabulary for the next 10 minutes, and we'll keep going. He's not.
Oh no,
he's not in the top 10.
He is in the top 10.
Okay, Dad. Let me ask you a question, because we on our podcast that we talk about the Bears. We had the article about the top 10 quarterbacks voted on by NFL coaches, NFL GMs, NFL execs. He wasn't even a mention in the top 10. So what's your argument to that? We don't know football. We just are fans. I'm not saying we're going to copy.
And you asked me my fan opinion.
And I hear you. And I'm just saying we're not going to obviously just copy their list word for word. And
no. But clearly not, because I'm the only guy putting him in the top 3 quarterback.
They had even me right here. They had Josh Allen number 1. I'm saying he's number 3. Like, it's gonna be it should be somewhat similar in our rankings, but not position for position each rank. I'm just saying, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. I don't. We can continue.
Uh,
I think once you get past these first five, I feel like there's an argument because the first five consensus quarterbacks going into this season are without a doubt Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Stafford, Burrow, and Lamar. Those are the top five, in my opinion, and you can put them in whatever order you think fits. But I think those are the top five. And then after that, I can listen to you on some Jalen Hurts propaganda. But in my
it's
opinion, he's just
I have
not a
no
top
love.
10 quarterback.
Listen, it's not propaganda. I have no love for Jalen Hurts. I have no affiliation with him. I look at statistics, and statistically speaking, in my opinion, in my very infantile opinion of football knowledge, just looking at statistics, I put Jalen Hurts as a top tier QB. Now,
Ted, let me ask you a
granted, all
question.
those professionals said otherwise, but I think he's a top tier
Okay,
QB.
and
And
let
if
me,
he isn't a top tier QB, if you're going to throw Josh Allen up there, then he is at least in the A caliber of QB.
Ted, how many seasons has Jalen Hurt? You think? Let me ask you a question. No, don't look at no. Put down that phone. I see what you're doing. Let me ask you a question. Do you
Yeah,
think 4,000 passing yards is you need to meet that if you're going to be in this category, this elite category? Yes or no?
no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, that's full of crap. But anyways, how many seasons has Jalen Hurts thrown for 4,000 yards?
Oh, I don't think any.
He hasn't. You're right. He's never done it. Not once.
Yeah, but he's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, because Super Bowls is a team stat. He didn't carry his team to a Super Bowl. That defense was ridiculous. I think they were the
Okay.
number one
All right,
defense.
fine. Throw him up. Don't for the rest of the tiers. Don't ask me my opinion
No,
if you're gonna steer the.
we can't. No, I'm not steering the ship. I'm telling you right now. I don't think anybody would agree with you putting Jalen Hurts as a third quarterback.
It doesn't matter if they agree with me. It's my opinion. It's an opinion here, right, on who the top quarterbacks are. I'm saying based on statistics, I would put Jalen Hurts as a top tier quarterback.
Do we want to
And
change
for
this
anyone
whole?
out there
But do
watching or
we?
anyone out there listening, I hope someone says, "Yeah, Jalen Hurts," or better yet, here's what I really hope: since video's infinity, what if they go to the Super Bowl this year and he wins?
Yeah, they're not going to. They're not even going to win
I,
their
I'm just,
division this year.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying this. Do we want to just let you go do your list and I let you go do your list and then I do my list
Nope,
and we going to
nope.
do
We're
this
gonna
as a
keep going.
team?
We're doing it as a team, but it's not. You asked me my opinion. I told you my opinion. So we got our top three. Let's move to our A categories.
Okay, yeah. I agree. I think there should only be three categories in this S category, which is elite, top of the top. I
Yeah,
think these three guys are cornerstone people. I mean, Matthew Stafford's obviously towards the end of his way out, but Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, it's a gauntlet over there. They're always dueling it out. I will say, I do agree with your point though. Josh Allen should have been in the Super Bowl last year if he was like it.
if he
It
was elite,
definitely
he should
no.
have won. If he was elite, he should have won because he had no one to
Well,
go against.
he would have made it to the Super Bowl. He wouldn't have won because that Seahawks defense was
He
elite.
should have won. He's elite. He should have beat him.
Okay, well let's go to number four.
All right.
Let's go to number four. I told you my next two guys in line. I think not in the order. We can debate which one is ahead of who, but I think it's Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson right here.
I have zero arguments with you on that.
Okay,
Joe
and if
Burrow's been to a Super Bowl. Lamar hasn't, but Lamar
a
is, in my
two-time
opinion,
MVP. Yeah.
yeah. And last year, he got hurt. It was a bad year for him. I think he bounces back. I love Lamar.
Yeah, I actually a lot of people and they put Joe Burrow usually ahead right here. I personally am wanting to put Lamar at this fourth spot. Lamar last year was the first season where he's dealt with a severe injury and it kind of affected him. Joe Burrow's had several seasons where he has got decimated by an injury. And outside of that one season where he did take down Patrick Mahomes, did take down, I forget who else, but he went through the gauntlet to get to that Super Bowl. They lost it, but he went through the gauntlet to get there. And
Yeah.
outside of that one season, I mean, yeah, we know he's talented. We know he's a good quarterback for sure. But I think I'm going to put the two-time MVP at the fourth spot if you are all right with that.
I'm good with that. I
And
agree
Joe
with that.
Burrow falls right behind him. Are we in agreement?
I'm good with that.
Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. I mean, we were stuck at the number 3 spot for about 20 minutes, but this is where I feel like it starts to get really debatable. Um, because those top 5 guys that you see on the screen obviously are they're I feel like the consensus top 5. Um, maybe before this past season, Stafford wouldn't have been in that conversation, but he is showed last year. I mean, their offense was insane. He almost had literally, I think, 60 touchdowns last year passing. He's obviously got Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua, but still, the guy sling the rock, his famous no look pass. I think these are the consensus top 5. Now, at the number 6 spot, we'll keep doing this. Every spot we go back, we'll each give a couple of guys that we think is in that spot, and then we can pick the guy. Personally, I might get a lot of hate for this opinion, and based on your
Oh
whole
no.
Super Bowl, based on your
Oh
whole
no.
Super Bowl argument, you're definitely probably not going to agree with me. But I do think even last year, if they had a defense, he would have had a chance to run for that MVP spot with Stafford, and that's where I have Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was slinging the rock. He's been slinging the rock when he stays healthy. I think Dak can be at this number 6 spot. If I'm have to pick a couple more guys who I think could fit into this spot, just looking at the list, let me see. I think I think Drake May is a fair shout. I will, even though I am a Bears fan, I think Drake May is a fair shout there. Um, Let me continue to look at this list of players before, because I feel like there's another guy that can fit into here, maybe. Just taking a quick look.
Oh, this is
Hmm.
rough.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'd probably put. I have Dak can be up here. Maybe you can argue Jared Goff, Drake May. I think it's a little too soon to argue Caleb Williams as much as I love him. Um, a lot of people have Justin Herbert around this range, but if you want to really talk about not doing anything in the playoffs, that is Justin Herbert's. He is a regular season MVP,
Yeah.
and then he gets to the playoffs and seems to piss down his leg. So I think any of those guys at this spot are definitely arguable to be in that number 6 spot. Who do you got?
I just can't even believe what I just heard.
Well, who do you think? Who do you think is at
I,
the? And no, do not say anybody except Jalen Hurts. Go, and don't do not say Sam Darnold either.
yeah. I mean, Drake May?
I'm okay.
Really?
I'm. Oh, you don't think Drake May?
No.
Okay. Okay. Who
No,
else?
I don't think Drake May.
I think Dak Prescott deserves to be up here. I'm not gonna lie.
But but why does he deserve to be up there?
Because from a quarterback perspective, just throwing the ball, putting up a crap ton of touchdowns, slinging the ball around the field, he was legit. His defense was terrible last year, absolutely garbage.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
let me give you a quick reminder too, because it's like when teams are bad, it's kind of hard. It kind of like Caleb Williams' rookie year. They were 5-12. He really didn't have that bad of a season, but because of their record, people just forget about it. We've talked about that many times. Dak last year, 4,600
It was number
yards,
three. It was
30
number three ranked.
touchdowns,
Yeah.
10
Yep.
interceptions. I think Dak Prescott is a perfect person to slot into this number 6 spot, in my opinion.
All right. You can slap him in there.
All right,
Let's move on.
let's move on.
This is the Dylan show. Just
No,
keep going.
dude, I'm just saying. Now here,
Just keep going.
I do think this is where we can put Caleb into play, in my opinion.
No,
Yep, I do think he
you
can be put
can't.
into this opinion. I do. I
Okay.
really do. Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. There's just no way we're putting Jalen Hurts in the top 10. There's no chance. Like I
I
don't know
mean,
if I
he's
don't know
only
if
been to
you're
the Super Bowl twice.
I don't know if you're scared of those crazy Eagle fans or what, but this is insanity. Jalen Hurts
It's
is not a top
insanity
10
that you're
quarterback.
no. Okay, if you want to put Caleb in there, go ahead.
No, Dad, come on. You got to
While
give
you're
some
at it, why don't you
input.
throw Anthony Richardson up there too?
Okay, this is crazy. I do.
No, no.
Okay, give me some people so we can talk. You can't just keep obeying
I
my
mean,
orders.
you know what? You know
I
what?
do
Let's
think
throw
Jared
Justin
Goff,
Fields up there while we're
dude.
at it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Jared Goff. I would pick Jared Goff.
Okay, you like Jared Goff at 7.
I like Jared Goff. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Jared Goff is
Okay.
Mr. Consistent. You know what he's gonna.
Off the board.
Okay,
Put him
Jared
up there.
Goff.
And I don't blame him for losing the year before, the 2 years ago. I blame the coach and the Riverboat Gambler not taking the 3 points.
Yeah, that coach is our head coach, and we love him for it. We absolutely love him.
I'm just saying, take the
Um,
point.
all right. Now we're at number 8.
Oof.
Who you lead this
Can I
time?
put
You say
Jalen in yet?
no, no, heck no,
You know what? I want Baker Mayfield.
no, dude. Come on, Dad. You're not taking this serious.
I'm
Like
taking
I
it
am
very serious.
actually questioning your ball knowledge right now with who you are even thinking is a top 10 quarterback. There's no way. Dad,
Who are you
I'm
thinking?
telling you, I actually think we should do a huge pivot in the show. We're 30 minutes in. We've got some great content already. I think we should seriously, you build your list and I
Nope.
build my list, and we see the differences because
No, we're already in. We're
yeah, but
we're
it's
already
fine.
in.
We can cut.
7 players in. Let's keep going.
No, we're gonna cut. I'm gonna make an executive decision. We're
Nope.
gonna let you build your list 1 through 32, and I'm gonna build my list 1 through 32, and you're gonna talk through it, and we're gonna compare at the end of the season where these quarterbacks actually ended up. Because this Jalen Hurts in the top 3, I promise you, I would. There's no way he finishes a top 3 quarterback. I would bet my whole bank account on it. There's no chance in hell he is a top 10
Okay.
quarterback.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, who do you think's number 8? You give some options. And be serious. Don't start saying random names.
No, I'm be serious. Let's see. We got Mahomes, Allen, Stafford, Lamar, Burrow, Dak, Goff. Hmm.
Don't look at the bottom because I've organized them by the people at the bottom are backups, not even starters, and we're only doing starting
Yeah.
quarterbacks. So
Yeah.
remember, this is going into 2026.
I know. You could kind of lean with Jordan Love.
No, if
Okay.
that's crazy, you're saying that because based on your argument, he's 1-3 in the playoffs. He's done. He's literally
Well,
done.
that's why I'm going. I'm just going with what I think you'd go with here.
No, he would. This is definitely not where I'd put him. Heck no.
Really.
Yep.
Um, I don't know. I wish we could put Jalen in there. This way we get past him.
There's just no way we can put Jalen Hurts in the top 10, Dad. There's no chance.
Really?
There is. There really is. I'm not gonna lie. I think we put. I'm as a Bears fan. They have long careers, but so far Drake May has been proven to be the better quarterback so far through the first 2 seasons. I think Drake May can get slotted in here. He did make it to the Super Bowl in your argument. That fits your argument, and that's me being fair. Even though he had the worst QBR in next gen stats era behind Rex
And
Grossman,
Jalen
who we
still
remember.
can't make it in.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Jalen. Are you okay with putting Drake May there?
I'm okay with putting Drake May.
All right. And this is where I'm going to argue for Caleb Williams coming up next. I'm going to argue. I don't. Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Who do you think goes here? Because I'll counter you with the Caleb Williams argument.
I think you got a couple options.
Okay?
Brock Purdy would be one,
Nope.
and you got Justin Herbert would be another.
Okay, but Justin Herbert hasn't won a playoff game yet. In your eyes, making it to the Super Bowl and winning games in the playoffs is important. He hasn't won a single playoff game.
I
Caleb
know.
Williams
Well,
at least won a.
you ruined my whole ranking perspective. So, or we could say Bo Nix, because Bo Nix minus a broken leg, they're in the Super Bowl and probably winning.
It would have been a better Super Bowl matchup, that's for sure, because the two
Phenomenal one.
great defenses.
Yep.
That's why the Super Bowl is. I think you got to weigh it a little bit. Like, for example, Caleb Williams. We know our Bears defense was absolutely abysmal. Who won that playoff game? That's it's not like these quarterbacks that you're trying to put it like Sam Darnold didn't carry the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. The defense carried the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. Like
Okay.
that's where I feel like you have to weigh a lot of that.
All right, Brock Purdy. I would put him next.
Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Do you hear what the words are coming out of your mouth?
Yep.
Dude, I don't know if I can take you serious, man.
But you're saying Caleb.
Oh, I got Caleb.
Okay. Put him in there.
I don't like
You're
how
saying
this is.
1, 2,
I don't
3,
like
4,
how
5,
this.
6, 7, 8, 9. You're saying he's the 9th best QB.
I do. I think he's the ninth best QB,
Okay.
and I think after this next season, he's going to crack that top 5.
Okay. I will agree with you because I just love Caleb Williams. So let's put him
Well,
in.
the way you're talking about him sounds like we should rank him like 15.
Put him in at 9.
Okay. Who do you have next?
Oh, let's see. We got Caleb out of the way. We're at 9 QBs in. I can't pick Jalen Hurts because you have a vendetta against him. So Trevor Lawrence. We already put Goff in. CJ Stroud. And I love Baker Mayfield.
Okay, no Jordan Love. You were arguing him. He
No,
should have been ahead of
I
Caleb.
really think Jordan Love is actually horrible. But
You just keep flipping your opinion. A second ago, you were arguing he should have been ahead of Caleb. Now you're saying no.
I did it just to get on your goat because you put Caleb in there.
Like, I actually do think Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I think you could. Trevor Lawrence's first good season, he's been in the NFL now going into his 5th year, I think, maybe even his 6th year.
6th year.
He just finally had his first actual good season. I think he's a little bit farther down if I were doing a list. I do think I like Jordan Love at 10. Justin Herbert, I feel like, is a reasonable person now to finally put him there. CJ Stroud is an interesting one. Great rookie year. Ever since, he's been absolutely terrible. He literally, all he had to do against that Patriots team is not throw an interception. Instead, he threw 5 of them. Yeah, I don't. This is where I get a little bit at a crossroads. I do like. I actually.
Crossroads. Pick 3.
I could. I could see Brock Purdy here. I think Brock Purdy or Jordan Love, which you did say Brock Purdy, right? So we can put.
I did.
All right, let's put Brock Purdy
Let's
there.
agree on one.
Yep, I agree. Do we want to start the B tier now, or do we want to keep Brock Purdy in the A tier?
I think you got to go B.
Okay. Next, I think Jordan Love is. This is right where I would put Jordan Love around, in my opinion. Okay. Or Justin Herbert, but at least Jordan Love has won a playoff game. I think he's 1-3 now. He has made the playoffs every year since he's been a starter, albeit a wild card 7th seed every single year. He still has made the playoffs every single year. He's been a starter, and he has won at least one playoff game against the Cowboys where he did decimate them. Their defense also, I think, had a couple of pick sixes in that game. But I think Jordan Love is a good spot here. And yeah, what do you think?
I'm good with that pick. I have no disagreement on that one.
Okay, awesome. Who's next, Dad? Like, I feel like you're not giving any input here. Now you
Oh,
can.
I've given a
I'll
lot.
say you can start slinging your Jalen Hurts stuff if you want. I do think Justin.
Jalen
I
Hurts.
still would take Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts in my opinion.
I
But
take I take Jalen Hurts because he should have been up 2 tiers ago.
no, no, he shouldn't have.
Okay,
So you want Jalen Hurts right here out of the quarterbacks
I do.
left. You have Jalen Hurts. I'll throw out some names for you that I think Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, um, Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, getting around to that range. Um, oh, I actually put in Mac Jones for Brock Purdy. So Brock
I'll do
Purdy
that.
goes here. Then Jordan Love. Yeah, I think those are the next options. Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert.
Jalen Hurts is my pick.
All right, I'll make you happy, even though he should
Whew.
be like right here. No, I'm kidding. But all right, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts makes the B tier
Off the board.
off the board. I'm glad. Maybe that's why you weren't able to give input because you were just so
One,
worried
two,
about your
three,
guy
four,
Jalen
five, six,
Hurts.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's at the 12th ranking.
That's a fair
All right,
ranking.
now I think you can go T Law.
Uh, Justin, I understand the Justin Herbert disrespect, but he is very talented, and I think we got to put him. I think Justin Herbert is above Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. I won't argue with you on it. I got Jalen Hurts on the board finally.
Okay, so we're gonna go
The,
Justin Herbert.
the second guy to have been to 2 Super Bowls is finally on the list.
Yep, he is finally on the list.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, you got next.
Yep.
Okay.
That's easy.
We got.
We already got
It's
Goff
starting to
on
get to the
there. We already got.
very mid territory.
Did we get CJ on there yet? No CJ's made the list yet.
No CJ. I feel like CJ and Bo Nix are probably the next two.
I would agree with those two. I arguably would say Bo Nix goes higher just
Yeah,
because of what he's
I
done in his
I
early
absolutely
career.
agree. And I agree we can put CJ Stroud next. I think he'll be the last person in this B tier, and we are going to start dropping down to what we call average.
C squad.
The average, because I feel like F goes below
Can we
average.
put one
Or
more in the B squad?
okay, who do you want to put up there?
I I would put Baker Mayfield.
I'm okay
I
with
don't
that.
think
I
he's
actually
average.
do like, dude. I would honestly put Baker ahead of CJ Stroud.
I would agree with the way he plays, the intensity he plays with.
Yep. And like I said, CJ Stroud, outstanding rookie year, which probably brings into the next point of another Jaden Daniels. Great rookie season, terrible. Even before all these Commanders fans, if they do jump in our comments, even when he was healthy last year, Marcus Mariota had a better average stat than him for the games they played in.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota played 8 games or 9 games, I think, or 8, and Jaden Daniels played 7 games. If you average when they were actually playing, Marcus Mariota had better stats than Jaden Daniels. So before all you haters say, well, he was injured. Well, even when he was healthy last year, he was terrible. There's no arguing around it. There's no really arguing around last season. But he is kind of this new CJ Stroud. He had a great rookie year, outstanding rookie year. I'm not denying that. But this last year, when he was healthy, did not play great. Nowhere near to the potential he played in his rookie year. And then you add on 5 different injuries to 5 different body parts in one season. The best available or the best ability is availability. So we can maybe slide one more quarterback into the B tier. I just don't know. What do you want to do here?
Do you, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're over the halfway mark of NFL teams.
Okay, so we
Does
go down
Sam
to
Darnold make it in there?
Um, I I could see, yeah, Sam Darnold is probably next. He could probably be the next quarterback. I don't have a strong disagreement on that.
Won a Super Bowl.
He did win a Super Bowl, but I think of all these guys ahead of him, maybe outside of C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts, everybody else, if they were on that Seahawks team, would have won the Super Bowl last year. But that's my opinion.
Okay.
So we can put Sam Darnold here or here. Which one do you want to go?
I think he goes B. He's won a Super Bowl.
Okay. And then you all right with Jaden Daniels next, or because I still think he's 50-50 right now. Really good season, really bad season. I'm just trying to look at the rest of these guys. I wouldn't take Kyler Murray over Jaden Daniels. I wouldn't take Daniel Jones. Michael Penix, no. Rodgers is an interesting one. Shadur Sanders, no. Tyler Shroud, no. Geno Smith, hell no. Yeah, I think this is Jaden Daniels.
I think you missed one of my guys.
Who?
He's right next to Jaden Daniels.
Jackson Dart? Yeah, but Jackson Dart once again playing the preseason is already in the medical tent. He's along that
I
same
know.
Jaden Daniels path of can he actually take an NFL hit and stay healthy? Granted,
All
his
right,
running back
Jaden
missed the
Daniels.
block. His running back missed the block, but he got absolutely destroyed and was immediately in the medical tent. I like Rodgers next. Rodgers, I feel like this is a Rodgers Daniel Jones area. Trying to look at the rest of these quarterbacks. Bryce Young was hiding down here. He had a good season last year. Maybe like a Rodgers, Daniel Jones, Bryce Young. I don't know. Who do you think is following up behind Jaden Daniels? I do think Rodgers is. I mean, he's towards the end of his career, but we are going based on going into 2026. They did pick up Michael
And he
Pitt.
has won a Super Bowl.
He has won a Super Bowl. He's won. I think he's a two-time MVP winner. But we got to remember we're doing this based on going into 2026. So he is on. He's not like Matt Stafford on his way out.
I say you throw Jackson Dart right next to him.
Who next to Jaden Daniels?
Yep.
All right. That's fine. All right. These next two gotta be Daniel Jones. Our next three gotta be Daniel Jones, Rodgers, Bryce Young, in any order you want. Go ahead. I'll let you pick them.
I'm good with those. I would go Bryce Young though because I think he's finding his groove. What was my other option?
You have Daniel Jones and Rodgers next. Daniel Jones is coming off a torn Achilles, but somehow did some voodoo magic and is already in training camp playing, which is crazy. And Rodgers, who they did add Michael Pittman, so now he has two viable. And it is a Mike McCarthy reunion, and we know when they're together, they're usually
go Rodgers.
All right, Rodgers, then Daniel Jones.
Okay.
All right, let's maybe go in reverse now. Let's pick some people at the bottom. Who is the absolute worst starting quarterback in your opinion? I'll let you go first.
Any one of the four starting quarterbacks for the Browns.
Oh, okay. Well, the Browns starting quarterback is probably going to be, in my opinion, Deshaun Watson because he's the one they have the most money tied to him. Okay, you think Deshaun Watson?
He's at the bottom.
Okay.
Yep.
Geno Smith, I feel like is somewhere right behind him. Right in front of him. Tua, where is he at? Michael Penix is not the starter, I don't think. I think they're alternating. I don't think they physically have confirmed it yet, but Tua.
Malik Willis.
No. I think Malik Willis is actually starting to find his footing. He's proved it last year against us too.
And Brissett.
Oh yeah, I actually would probably argue it might be something. He might be in between this. Jacoby
Yep.
Brissett is terrible.
Yep. It's going to be the Carson Beck
I'm gonna
show
go
three
like
games
this.
in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like this. Okay. Um,
Yeah, Gino.
Kirk Cousins. We'll put him at the back of the D tier. I'd
Yep.
put Kyler Murray in front of Kirk Cousins.
And I think we're all going to be surprised about him by the end of the season.
Oh, I agree.
I think he may go up a few ranks.
Um, we got
Cam Warden D tier.
I put Cam Ward up here.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay. Tyler Shuck. A lot of high hopes on
D.
this guy this year, and he's had a pretty good training camp. Where do you want him? In front of Cam Ward? Behind Cam Ward?
I would do him behind Cam.
Okay. Malik Willis. I would put Malik Willis right here.
Okay.
Is that 32? 4, 8, 13, or 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That is all 32 quarterbacks. So let's look at it one more time. We got in the elite category, top of the top, Patrick Mahomes at number 1, Stafford at number 2, Josh Allen number 3, Lamar Jackson coming in at number 4, Joe Burrow at 5, Dak Prescott at number 6, Jared Goff coming in at number 7, Drake May number 8, Caleb Williams number 9, Brock Purdy at 10, Jordan Love at 11, Jalen Hurts at 12, Justin Herbert at number 13, T Law 14, Bo Nix 15, Baker 16, CJ Stroud at number 17, Sam Darnold number 18. Number 19, we got Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers, Daniel Jones, Malik Willis, Cam Ward, Tyler Shuck, whatever it is. Kyler Murray, who I do agree with you. I think he can jump somewhere up in here depending on how their season goes. Kirk Cousins, Tua, Geno Smith, Jacoby Brissett, and Deshaun Watson. I don't mind the list. I don't mind it. I think it's good. I'd probably have Jalen Hurts a little bit farther back. I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. Like, I would probably have Jalen Hurts somewhere over here. But
it doesn't matter if we put him at, he's still in the B tier, so
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
And
I agree he should be 2 tiers above.
I would probably, looking at it now, I would put Sam Darnold ahead of CJ Stroud.
Okay.
But I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Maybe before we wrap this up, we can do a nice little, some people that we think might move down, some people we think might move up, because this is a joint list that we put together.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have some strong opinions. If you're so confident about Jalen Hurts, I hope to hear you say, "Yeah, Jalen Hurts gonna jump up." But I do agree. I think we both said it. Kyler Murray can definitely, depending on how that
He's jumping.
Vikings season goes, he can definitely jump up this list without a doubt. There is a lot of hype around Tyler Stroud. I don't really get it, maybe because I don't see Saint stuff as much, but I do have a buddy that is a Buccaneers fan and pays attention to that division pretty well. And towards the end of the season last year, Tyler Stroud did start to play really well, and now they add in Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this year. I think he can surprise some people and jump up this list. Honestly, I do hope Jaden Daniels can prove he can stay healthy, because the quarterback class of Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels is very strong, and it would be cool to see them all dominate. And when kind of how we saw with Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, all those, the Peyton Mannings, how they all were dominant, and when they played each other, it was must watch football. Hopefully, Jaden Daniels can prove he can stay healthy. If he does, I think he can easily go back up in this list and shoot himself into that top 10 conversation if we see the rookie year Jaden Daniels. But he has to prove he can take a hit, man, because last year was very rough for him. But I think he's someone that can definitely rise up. Um,
Yep.
I think this is a huge year for, in my opinion, for Joe Burrow to prove he can stay healthy too, man, because
And that
he's
first game did not look good for him.
he's very elite, but he always seems to be getting injured, and that their defense, I mean, the Bengals organization is just terrible in my opinion, and they need a change around there because they spend all this money on all their offensive weapons and leaves them with no defense. So I think it's a big year for Joe Burrow, in my opinion, to be honest.
I would agree.
Just
So
a
much so that I don't think he should be in that A class.
I agree. I think it's just a lot of people have him a consensus based off his talent, which I do think he's talented, but at the same time, you got to learn that you can stay healthy because, like, a lot of narratives, especially in people's quarterback ranking list, it applies to one guy but not the other. Like, I see a lot of people that will put Justin Herbert in the top 10, and the whole reason with the people in their top 10 is because they win playoff games, they prove they're clutch. Well, Justin Herbert has not yet won a playoff game, so a
Yep.
lot of not hypocritical, but just going against what people's list are when it comes to certain people. Um, I think it's also massive for Justin Herbert to prove that, yeah, I have talent, but can you do it when it matters? If so, maybe he can finally clear our top 10 ranking list. I'm trying to think. I don't think any of the other bottom guys in F are going to prove that they're good quarterbacks. I think, especially, I mean, all of them have had their fair share of time on multiple teams now. And I mean, Jacoby Brissett tried to be his own agent this summer and get himself a new contract, which he did. But I do agree with you. I think Carson Beck is going to be taking over that job come halfway through the season when the Cardinals are 2-6, 2-7, whatever it may be. And Carson Beck looked great in preseason. He even got the head nod this previous week and didn't have to play. So the Cardinals organization already seeing that. I think Malik Willis has a chance to prove what he's made of too. Um, when he came in for the Packers last year, when he needed to, he played great. Um, Now he's with Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator with the Packers last year, is now the head coach of the Dolphins. Um, I think it's going to be hard for Malik Willis just to climb this list though because the people around him, he just does that offense is absolutely terrible, and hopefully him and Devon A. Chain can work their magic and the RPO stuff in that backfield. But I think it might be hard for him to climb this list. Maybe Bryce Young takes another good leap this year. He can definitely climb up the list, but I don't know. I think this is a decent list. I have some arguments with it, but I think it's good that we put one together. I was thinking about let's do a team list after this, an NFL team ranking list going into the season, but the way we're going at it, I don't know if we're going to be able to come to an agreement.
Yeah, I like the list. I think it's a good list. Clearly, I have a strong opinion on a few of them, especially one of them, but I think overall it's in a
Pepper.
good spot. The real interesting thing is going to be is what happens with Caleb. I mean, let's be honest. Out of all the people on this list, I only care about one, and that's Caleb Williams. I hope to see him take the jump and we can get him into the top tier elite list by next year.
I agree. I mean, it's a big year for him. Um, he had all the hype in the offseason, rightfully so. He had a great season. He was must watch football. I think he definitely is a top 10 quarterback going into the season. Now it's how far is up. So we'll see. I can definitely see him. I think Jared Goff, in my opinion, is on the downswing of getting out of this top 10 list. He's been in the league for a little bit. Yep, he always puts up good stats, has a high powered offense, but I do think he's on the downwards trajectory, in my opinion. Um, Especially too, once Ben Johnson left last year, you saw it. They fired their OC. Dan Campbell took over play calling. Now they got a new guy in there calling plays for them. So I just think Jared Goff is on his way out, but still, I think he is proven he's a top 10 quarterback with just the consistency that he puts up. You know what you're going to get out of him. But a lot of these new age quarterbacks you're seeing it, you have to be dual threat. You can't just sit in the pocket. Like, look at our top 10 list. Lamar Jackson, dual threat. Patrick Mahomes, dual threat. Matthew Stafford is part of that old age, out the door quarterbacks. So he's your traditional pocket passer. Josh Allen, dual threat quarterback. Joe Burrow, more of your traditional pocket passer. Same with Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Drake May, dual threat. Caleb Williams, dual threat. Just a lot of these new age quarterbacks, you're looking like you're needing someone that can somewhat run the ball if needed or extend plays with their legs. Which Joe Burrow can definitely extend plays with his legs. Dak Prescott kind of as well, but Jared Goff is kind of that one quarterback. I feel like him and Stafford in this top 10 list where they kind of, you know, they have to sit in the pocket. If pressure gets to them, you're more than likely going to sack them just because their mobility isn't the best. So I don't know. It's interesting. Let us know in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with. Um, it'll be interesting to see what people think of that Jalen Hurts stuff because I feel like there's a lot of people on my side than your side on that one. As a
It would be
very
pretty
hot
interesting
take to
though.
having Jalen
Uh,
Hurts as. I mean, you seriously were talking about putting him at number 3.
I was, and I am.
Yeah, we'll see.
Stats are
Um,
stats.
stats are stats. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But let us know in the comments. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I think we should do a team one as well before the season starts and rank these teams. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Maybe we can agree a little bit more on that because it is more of a projection of how good you think a team is, not, and I think that we might agree a little bit more because a lot of your takes in this is a lot of team stuff with the Super Bowl, and at least this is just pure quarterback talent. But we'll see. We'll save a screenshot of this as well and see how well it actually compared to the end of the season. But
I can't wait to review it at the end of the season.
I think it is a good list.
Oh, it's a great list. Just
But
it's a little flawed.
yeah, we'll catch you next time. But until then, bear
There
down.